At least 55 people are dead and over 100 are injured following violence in Libya's capital this week.
That's right. Fighting there broke out Monday between two militias when the Special Deterrence Force arrested the leader of the 444 Brigade. Both militias have ties to the country's interim government. We're going to speak more about this unrest in North and West Africa now with Alden Young. He's a non-resident fellow at the Quincy Institute and a professor at UCLA, my alma mater. Alden, I have to confess, I haven't been following closely what's happening in Libya. We've certainly been covering what's unfolding in Niger. But tell us about the fighting this week in Libya's capital, what triggered it, and what issues in the country it represents.
No, thank you so much for that question. I think Libya's fighting this week is a reminder of how unstable the situation in Libya remains ever since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. And this fighting is particularly alarming because it happens to be between two militias who technically are on the same side of the East-West split that sort of dominates Libyan politics since 2014. And this fighting really broke out on a battle over authority, jurisdictional control within the capital of Tripoli. Both of these factions, the 444 militia and the Special Deterrence Forces, are all supported by the interim government in Tripoli. But the fighting broke out when they tried to arrest one of the commanders of the 444 forces. And this is reminding some similar violence, less dramatic, broke out also in May.
There are attacks from Islamist groups being carried out in many North African countries. What's driving all of that?
Since the fall of Gaddafi, there's been an explosion. Since the fall of Gaddafi and the intervention in Libya and the outbreak of chaos, really, a kind of civil war in Libya, there's been an expansion of jihadi violence in the Sahel region. And this has really impacted Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria to a certain extent. And so we've seen this create this kind of instability and vulnerability in the Western Sahel. But the United States and other Western powers like Germany and France have intervened, and the United Nations Special Mission in Mali, which is being wrapped up now because of the military coup, have intervened to try to fight this violence using drones and counterterrorism forces. But in some ways, this conflict has actually only escalated since then, and it's gotten worse and worse, even as Western governments have put more and more energy into combating these conflicts.
And as you spell out that instability, I'm wondering if this develops into a type of proxy war between world powers, because you've got military officials from the West African regional bloc known as ECOWAS. They're in Ghana this week to discuss what's happening in Niger following the junta's takeover there. What do you anticipate would happen if ECOWAS decided a military intervention is necessary in Niger?
On the one hand, it would be hopeful, that ECOWAS can put pressure, particularly on the military junta in Niger, to return power to a democratic government. But unfortunately, we see signs that if ECOWAS were to intervene, there are divisions within ECOWAS. While most countries are supporting the idea of intervention, the military regime in Mali and Burkina Faso have said no, and they've said that they would come to the side of the military leaders in Niger. And those, and that could spiral out on developments into a regional conflict, particularly as we saw the president of Niger, talking with Vladimir Putin earlier this week. There's presence of, the Wagner militias and other forces in Mali. And there's an idea that this could become a wider regional conflict. And we're seeing regional conflicts spread throughout the whole region, also in places like Sudan, where we're seeing increased conflict between states like the UAE, Egypt. And so the conflict is getting, unfortunately, more and more complex.
Yeah, certainly a massive challenge, too. If there's no military intervention, that leaves a vacuum for groups like the Wagner Group, the Russian mercenaries, to come in. So a difficult situation there for sure. Alden Young, thanks for walking us through it. We appreciate it.
Thank you again. Thank you again.